All right, so here we go. First rider in the practice. I think it's Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Do you want us to talk about the lines and everything as we go? Is it working? Is it working?
Yeah. Comment like when you watch the practice. Okay, so beauty of editing. Let's do it.
Yeah, we gotta do it again. Can we start it over?
Sure. That's the beauty of editing. Dude, like the B-sides, like, hey, should we do the webinar episode 3 raw cuts?
Yeah, please.
Okay, should we start?
All right, you guys ready?
Who wants to talk first?
I'll just say, wow, that's a good backside there into the bank.
Oh, no,
okay, let's
save it for the boneless on the bank.
No, I'm not saying anything
Right.
about boneless.
This was an amazing boneless, guys. Have you seen it too?
I will. I'll be like, I've never seen one of those before.
All right.
I'm kidding.
What an unusual trick on that type of obstacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Or
Okay.
you go like, and this is exactly the moment when the practice pays off, because what a surprise.
What a
Yeah.
surprise. The one-legged kick turn. That's what it is, man.
Hey, we should like start using it. I will tell Tim O'Connor and Churchill, like, hey, it's called the one-legged fucking kick turn, man. You got it wrong.
Yeah, Tim would be like, yeah, I know.
Oh. You
Okay.
guys ready? Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
play. All right, here we go. Poppy
All
is
right, rolling in. Good backside air.
Yeah. Over that kind
Decent
of
height.
canyon.
Feeble. Good transfer. Boneless.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right.
Good transfer.
Yeah, backside ollie without crabbing.
50 in the same spot, kinda.
Yeah.
5-0.
Super low on the whoops.
There you go. Nice.
Getting some nice lines sorted.
Keeping her speed through everything.
I'm not rocking
Okay.
along. Yeah, it's after time, I guess.
Steven Pinero.
Yeah.
Good backside tail sides. I remember that.
Yeah, I love that back tail.
Ah. Pedro. Oh, that's Pedro.
Wow, Pedro's going big right there in the practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got good amplitude.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of carving here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Setting
spends
up.
a lot of time
Yeah.
setting up.
Setting up for those big transfers and big airs.
You can definitely see what you said, Kyle, before that reading the terrain allows you to keep that speed and utilize the terrain to basically execute the tricks that you need.
Right.
Frontside 360 a little bit sketchy at the landing.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
And it's a practice.
Who we got here?
Kieran
Goes
Woolley.
big.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lands nice and high up and in transition.
I think that was good.
Whoa.
Pedro
Is that
starting
Pedro
from the
Pedro
platform.
Quintas?
Yeah.
Yep. That's sick transfer.
He's using a lot of different obstacles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. Flipping off of that.
Mhm.
There-
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice
Vin,
beginning
the
of
first
run.
trick, huh? It doesn't look like, but it's been really
Yeah, it's hard
hard.
to see, but it's bumping with his front
There you
wheels.
go.
Yeah, I like the use of that ledge.
Ah, that's a nose grind. That's the one he fell. He couldn't.
Mhm.
He fell like 2 runs in a row on that one.
Yeah, you can see him trying to get those nice lines down.
This is like the effortless linking of tricks that we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
So
just
smooth.
flows over some little hips, but you can see like he'll add a more
Look at
decent
that.
trick there later on.
And doing lines that not anyone is doing. That 50-50 on the tail slide and then the frontside kickflip.
And then
Yeah.
onto that box, he didn't just do like a 50-50. He made it a tail slide.
He
He
did
made
the
it a
tail
point.
slide,
Yeah, he made it a point not just to hit it.
Yeah, and that step up to backside tail slide is nice as well.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we just seen the practice. So let's talk about the impressions that it left.
Overall impressions. I think I won't go through all the skaters, but like for example, Poppy's just trying to find some good lines, and get some decent air over those little gaps. Trying to use a variety of obstacles like hitting the bank and little rail thing up on the bar. Pedro's got, like we always know, he's got a lot of speed and aggression when he skates. Some of the tricks comes out a little bit sketchy, but he's, hitting those spots with heaps of amplitude. My thing there is just not with hoping he doesn't spend too much time between tricks, just carving. I like the smooth, consistent flow of Corey's runs. He's trying to find the lines. You can see him scooting over a few hips where I can see later on he's going to add some, harder tricks there or more skillful tricks, but he's just getting those lines down, which is nice to see. But there's been a good, like with Corey and Pedro, a good mixture of like airs, flips, lip tricks. Not just focusing on one area, like, not too many airs or just, too many grinds. So there's been a good mixture. I think especially what stands out for me was, especially with Corey's, is a variety of that I'm looking for, like the riskiness in the flips, and like we were saying, going for some of those harder tricks rather than just hitting the ledge and ticking it off that I've done that obstacle. It's like, the choice of trick on that obstacle as well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Like checking the boxes, you don't have to check the boxes. I mean, but if you have something good for one of those features, use it. Yeah. But if you're just going to hop on it 50-50 just to say you did it, that's not really gonna help you. I will say one thing about there was a quick clip of Bryce. I think Balin. I think she was doing like full cab feeble.
Yeah.
In these park contests, there going backwards can really open up a can of worms, right? I mean, you see certain people, they'll do an air to fakie to set up for something, air to fakie, and they're going for a cab to get back forward or whatever. But it's really obviously it's harder to pump and navigate through a course going switch or going fakie. And sometimes I think to myself when I'm watching, either practice or even during the contest, it's like you're taking a gamble going backwards, and is a full cab worth it? Or do you stay straight, or do you stay straight and allow yourself to do something harder while keeping your speed? Because realistically, you're fighting against the clock, and it's like if you're not going to go as fast backwards, and that trick's not going to be valued as super high, then just stay going forward.
I had the same conversation off topic, little sidetrack, after one of the world champs in China that I judged, and Tanaya, one of the girls from Australia who, I know well, obviously I'm not going to say it on the day, but afterwards I had to talk with her, and she was trying this, some sort of 180 over the spine. She was so fixated on it. I said, that one trick is sort of ruining the rest of your, right. I talked about it afterwards, it will ruin the rest of your run. How important was that trick if you did something else that you knew you could do on that spine, and that would have therefore allowed you to, stay on the board, continue the rest of your run. So you got to weigh up, to start with. She was getting a little bit frustrated. These other people were sort of, getting better scores. And I said, well, yes, they might have only rocked over the spine, but it led them to be able to, continue their run and continue, have another 5 tricks up their belt. So yeah, like you're saying, I think getting yourself in a position where you end up fakey, and if you don't know what to do with that, or you're not going to be able to maintain your speed or your flow, how important is that one trick?
If you're going to land fakie, you got to make it you got to make it quick to turn around, right? So it's like in vert contests, you do air to fakie, you'll do a 720 or whatever, just a full cab or whatever it may be, but you're already right back to the wall. You're already to the next wall. But in this park setting, you could go fakie and you could just be lost for for 5-10 seconds, and then that's it.
That makes a big difference when you're comparing it to the others. Very true.
Yeah.
I think the Puppy's run or Pedro Quintas run could be good runs to watch, like if they will be starting first, to kind of define the average and anchor the score. They kind of like even if Pedro Quintas run was not completed and he fell at some point at I think 18 seconds from the end of the 45 seconds, that could be a really good run to watch at the beginning of the competition to kind of like define the right scale,
right,
for
as the weather vane to place everyone else. And they do have, like, they're skating the features, they're keeping their speed, and then they're trying to flip their board too. Pedro was, and it's like you take a chance for that, but I mean that's a well-rounded park run.
I think Pedro Barros is really, really amazing run. Don't get me wrong, it's really powerful. But there's a couple of 540s, even maybe 3 540s. Yeah, there's 3 540s in the run, and it's kind of like what I like is using a lot the options around the volcano, but it's kind of like using the same lines over and over. Where Corey, for example, has really like original ways to find his lines and to get one trick after another, and it's and although there's only one 540 and we're not counting the tricks and everything, but once again a kickflip without grabbing, a frontside kickflip so nice is where the risk is at.
And it's also like you guys said, like the combination and the build of the line, like it's not ticking the box. Like everyone would do the 50-50 on the box. He did a tail slide, or how you go from the section to the other section. That was nice, and that's something that when we watch this exemplar exercise edit, I like about Vincent Materon, and paying attention to detail. You might miss that he actually bonked the coping with his front truck, doing the ollie into the thing. And that's a gnarly thing that you may not even realize he did when you're sitting in the judging booth. So watching this example as a practice provides you the insight. So when you see it, you know that he's not just jumping in, which is kind of an easy thing, but doing this puts it into a completely different level. That was kind of like the thing that, stuck in my mind watching.
Also, these tricks that they link too, like Pedro does the big 540, but then he carves and he gets ready for the next one, and it's like, well, you could be linking this better. You could there's a little bit of downtime there in between, like these insane 540s or whatever they may be, but you're almost kind of doing yourself a disservice by just pumping through to get to the next one.
That's the kind of the important thing listening to these impressions. When you analyze what you've seen, and you can you get to the closer to the competition or to the competition, and you see the other riders to better compare it and say, hey, this was closer, and the athlete in the space where Pedro was carving did 2 extra tricks. And it makes you more accurate and fine-tune your evaluation on that one. And putting it together with a team of professional colleagues make the picture more complete and full in the detail. And that helps. So thank you guys. This was really good. And I hope our viewers got the impression of how watching practice is important and how the judging meetings and the brief help to create the panel consensus and complete the full picture for better and more accurate judging. And now, after watching the practice video, we're gonna move to the next topic that is kind of related. And that next topic is anchoring the score.